Hi everyone, this is Lisa Brown with InkandInspirations.com, and in this video we're going to be coloring with Stampin Blends on this perfectly paired stamp set with the Noah's Ark image. So I'm starting with the giraffes and I'm using my light Daffodil Delight to color the majority of the giraffes, and I'm just filling in and going fairly quickly. Now this is a sped up video. It's going twice as fast as I actually did. But I wanted to show you just how easy it is and just really relaxing and fun. Now to fill in some of the areas that I wanted a little bit darker to provide a little bit of shading where I thought the shadows might be, I used the dark Daffodil Delight, and here I'm going back in with the light to blend it in. Next I'm taking light Pumpkin Pie and coloring the spots on the two giraffes. I love the animal choices for this Noah's Ark set. It lent itself to a variety of colors and makes a really cute image. Now I am taking light smoky slate and I am coloring the roof of that part of the ark there, just very simply and easy. Now I'm going to go back with the dark smoky slate and just add a few dark areas, maybe where some shadows would be, and then blending it back through with the light smoky slate. Added a little more dark there and then blended it in again, and there we go. Okay, so now I'm using my light soft suede to color that top part of the ark there, and I'm just filling in, trying to stay around the little koala bears there and fill in the rest of that little house top there on the ark. So I'm filling all that in, going in between the animals and the little flagpole there. Now I'm going to take my dark soft suede and put in some dark areas, and then go back in with the light soft suede and just kind of blend it in where it's not such a harsh line. Again, this is a lot of fun to color with this. Now I found an area that I wanted to use crumb cake on that was inside the window, and then there the little koala bears. So I'm just coloring those with light crumb cake. Then I'm using my light soft suede to do their noses. Okay, I'm just kind of filling in a little bit more. Okay, this is the light basic black that I'm using for the flagpole. Okay, so now I'm deciding to color the little alligators there, and I'm using light old olive and just doing a general coloring of those. And that bottom one has a belly part that's sectioned off with a line that the artist used. So I'm going in with dark old olive to color that in. And then I'm using some dark to add a little bit of shading just to give it a little bit of interest, and then kind of smoothing it out with my light old olive. Now I'm taking my color lifter and going over the top of their heads there a little bit, just to add a little bit more lightness, like if the sun were hitting them. And there I'm putting a little more dark in. Okay, so now I'm going to move to the lion's mane, and I tried this with several different colors and I liked this technique best. Go in with the light, I believe that was Daffodil Delight, then going around the edges with light Pumpkin Pie, and then I'm going over the whole thing with light Crumb Cake. Just kind of gives it a little bit more of a realistic look, but a fun color at the same time. Then I decided to add some dark Pumpkin Pie around the edges, just to make it a little more fun and whimsical. And here I've got the light Daffodil Delight that I'm using on the faces, and then the lioness that's next to the line with the mane. And then I'm going in with a little bit of crumb cake over top of both of them, and I used a little bit of light Pumpkin Pie on the lioness as well. Okay, now I'm doing the stripes on the two zebras, and I'm just leaving the rest the stark white and just going from there. Now I got my inspiration for the colors used here to just give me a hint of what to use by the picture that's in the Occasions catalog. Okay, here I'm picking up a little of the pumpkin pie that got onto the ark. And I saw a spot that I missed on the giraffe. Okay, so now I'm using my dark smoky slate to kind of go around the elephants a little bit, just to give some definition to the edges because these animals kind of blend in together there, and I wanted them to really stand out from one another. Now I'm filling in and smoothing out the darkness of those lines with the light smoky slate. And this is a process. It's fun, it's relaxing to do, but I really enjoyed coloring this, and I know I will do many more of this particular image. I think it's just precious for any age. Okay, so I'm using my lifter to give a little light areas to lighten up that smoky slate on the front of the elephant's trunk. Okay, next I'm going to do the flamingos in Flirty Flamingo appropriately. So I'm just using the light Flirty Flamingo to just color the bird's in, legs and all. Just the whole bird is going to be that Flirty Flamingo pink. Then I go in with dark to add a little bit of shading where the lines are for the wings. And then I'll go back and blend it a little bit so the lines aren't too harsh. And I love having those flamingos there because it adds that pop of pink. Okay, I'm going to use my Balmy Blue. This is dark Balmy Blue for the flag. And then I'm going to use light Balmy Blue for the birds. No shading here, just coloring them in. Next, I'm taking my light, that's soft suede, and then I realize I need the dark, and I want the dark to outline the arc and the wood lines that separate each section there. So I just quickly go over those, then I go back with my light soft suede and just blend it all in. And I guess start to finish stamping this image and coloring it took me about 20 minutes or so. Okay, so I'm liking how that looks. It's shaded and fun to color in. Then I decide to take my color lifter and just go lightly over some of the wood, like where the sun would be hitting it, and lift up some of that color. And then once it dried, I was really pleased with how it finished off. Now I have my light Balmy Blue I'm using for the water. And I just fill in a little bit more of the bottom beneath those water lines there. Okay, I'm seeing a little piece of the arc there up top I needed to color. And I colored the top of the flagpole in Daffodil Delight. Now, this is something I do on many of my blends, alcohol markered colored images. I've got light Pool Party, and I am outlining it just with the brush tip all around the edges. It just kind of gives it a finished look and makes it pop off the page. And I mean, I've done this with alcohol markers for quite a while now, even before Stampin' Up! Had alcohol markers, and I really like the look of it. It gives it some depth. You can try, it needs to be a light color that's not too obtrusive, and so this and a very, very light gray would be good. So now I'm going to show you, here's the finished card that I made, and I just love it. Thanks so much for watching. For more details, visit my website at inkandinspirations.com.